Hi again, this is Sami. I will be doing integers today. A lot of students struggle with integers, and there should be no reason that they should struggle with integers. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna simplify integers for you, show you how it works on the number line, and then we're gonna make a conclusion together. Like, because you don't want to be using the number line all the time. After using it for a while, you should get to a conclusion that it works this way, and then you never go wrong again. You could just always do it in your head without having to depend on the number line. Okay, so just watch this video, and this will make it a lot simpler for you. Just for some students, they get it right away. Some students, they just keep on struggling with it. So there we go. I'm just gonna put everything there on the whiteboard and start working with you on some integers. Yeah. So first of all, I must tell you, like, if you know how to go 3 plus 4. So when I ask anybody 3 plus 4, tell me, yeah, it's 7. Yes. And if I say 9 minus 5, all students, in elementary school and all of that, they say, wow, I know that, that's 4. But then when we say 3 minus 5, then students scratch their head. Listen, if you know this and this here comes from this and this. It's no different. You just have to kind of get it to click in your head. But I'm going to show you how to do these right here on the number line, so maybe they'll make more sense to you. So always when you have something like this, always think of this number as your starting point. That's your starting point. What does that mean? That means you go to the number line, find out where 3 is, and you go, okay, there we go. That's where the 3 is. Now, if you're adding, you go right, and if you're subtracting, you go left. So here we're going 3 minus 5. So we're subtracting. That means we go left 5. And that will bring us to right there, which is negative 2. So therefore, 3 minus 5 is negative 2. How about if we do another number? So how about we go negative 3 minus 4. Remember again, this is my starting point. So I go to where negative 3 is, and negative 3 is right here. And I go up, and I said if I'm minusing, I go left 4. So I go left 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Takes me right here. And that's negative 7. Okay. Now, how about if we go negative 8 plus 7? So then you'll get rid of these. And go to where negative 8 is. That's where negative 8 is. And because we're adding, now we move right. So negative 8 plus 7, you go count 7 this way, and then you're going to get right there, which is negative 1. So negative 8 plus 7 gave me negative 1. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to now keep the numbers that we're working with, and just so that I'll tell you what your conclusion must be when you start doing these. So let's just throw in some different colors here. So 3 minus 9. So 3 minus 9, what I'm going to do is, let's get rid of this. 3 is right there, so I go up, and since I'm minusing 9, I'm going 9 this way, and that's going to take me right here to negative 6. So 3 minus 9 gives me negative 6. Now, how about negative 2 minus 5? If you go to negative 2, which is right here, that's where negative 2 is, and then I go 5 this way, that's going to take me to negative 7. So that's negative 7. How about if I do negative 6 plus 9? So then I go to where negative 6 is, and negative 6 is right here. And I go 9 this way. And that will bring me right here, brings me to 3. So that's 3. How about if I do negative 10 plus 10 equals, so I'm just going to erase a little bit here. So there you go. Negative 10, that's your starting point, negative 10, and you go 10 this way, and that will take you to 0. Let's try one more. Let's go 8 minus 12. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to go to where 8 is, because that's my starting point. Remember, your first number is always your starting point. So you go to 8, which is right here. So that's 8. And then you go 12 this way. So you count 12, and that will take you right here to negative 4. So you could just count on your number lines. Okay, so 8 minus 12 gave me negative 4. Let's do one more. Negative 5 minus 6 equals. Okay, or maybe, you know what? Let me just change that a little bit. Negative 5 minus 3. So that means you go to where your starting point here is negative 5. So you go to negative 5. And since you're minusing, as I'm saying here, you go left 3, and that takes you down there. That takes you to negative 8. So that's negative 8. So this is how you use the number line. But now let's look at all these numbers. All right. I'm going to take you back now to, I said at the beginning, 7 minus 3 equals 4. 2 plus 5 equals 7. Because this is the easy stuff that you know how to do. All of this is like that. Okay, so now look. Here it's 9 minus 3. That's gave me 6. Here 5 plus 2 gave me 7. Here 8 minus 7 gave me 1. Here 9 minus 6 gave me 3. Here 10 minus 10 gave me 0. Here 12 minus 8 gave me 4. Here 5 plus 3 gave me 8. So how do we determine the sign? You see here it's a positive 3 minus 9. So we have two different signs. The 3 is positive, the 9 has a negative in front of it. That's why we subtracted. How we determine the sign? The sign, we look at the bigger number in here, which is the 9. And the sign that that bigger number has, that's what it has to go in here. So that's negative. But here, this operation here is like this. Both, see here, the 2 is positive, even though we don't write it. And the 5 is positive, even though we don't write it. So we're adding the 2 and 5, and we're getting 7. Also, both of these numbers are negative. So we're adding the 2 and the 5, and we're getting 7. But because since both of them are negative, just we're going to have a negative here as an answer. And here, if you look at this, these are opposite signs, the negative and the plus. So that means we go in 8 minus 7, which gives me 1. And then the number, the bigger number has a negative sign. So that's what we have here. And the same thing here. Both of these are, if you look at them separately, both of them are opposite signs. So that means we have to subtract the numbers, which 9 minus 6. And then the bigger number is the 9. What does the 9 have? It has a positive. So the answer should be positive. Here is 0. So I'm not even going to go over that because they are numbers. The numbers, the absolute value of the number, the same, but both of them have opposite signs. That's why they cancel each other out and they give you 0. Now here, 8 and minus 12, this is positive, this is minus, so you have to subtract the numbers, and you get 4, and the 12 is the bigger number, and the 12 has a negative sign, so my answer should be negative. Here, both of them are negatives, so that means you have to add the 2 numbers, and you get 8, but the sign has to be negative since both of them are negative. Don't confuse this, though, with multiplying. Don't say, oh, but you said negative times negative is positive. No, that's something completely different. That's when we start multiplying integers, not adding and subtracting integers. Next is this here. You see the method that I've shown you only works if it's written in this format. How about if they start throwing to you at you -2 minus -5? I tell my students when this is the case, you go -2. Here, negative and negative is +5. So this becomes negative plus 5. So whenever you have a sign here, like a minus, let's say, and then brackets, and there's another sign here, make sure you get rid of that ambiguity and just say negative and negative is plus. Now it becomes -2 plus 5. So -2 plus 5, you're going 5 this way, that will take you to 3. And let's say if they write 3 plus minus 7, I say you write 3 here and you say plus and minus gives me minus, and that becomes 3 minus 7, and you work it from here. So therefore you're at 3 and you're minusing 7, so you count 7 this way, and that will take you to -4. I hope this helps students who don't see integers. I'll say one thing to you though. Use the number line and eventually it will click that this is what you have to do. You don't have to do the number line anymore, because you'll see like you're doing either a difference or you're adding the two numbers, and it comes back to this, you know. But you could just keep on using the number line till it clicks for you, and then you never have to use the number line again. And that's it for today. As always, thanks again for watching. Till next time, bye-bye.